Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. On today's episode of Legends of Cancellation, we will be tackling Assassin's Creed Lost Legacy, which was supposed to be a Nintendo 3DS exclusive taking place after Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. After Cancellation, the game was reused and turned into a different Assassin's Creed game. But what was that game turned into? What led to this game's cancellation? What was Ubisoft's reasoning? What was the downfall of this game? Why did it never come to light? Why have we never even seen a prototype of this game? And why did Ubisoft cancel it and push it under without even fully acknowledging that it was canceled until years after the game was canceled? Well, on today's episode of Legends of Cancellation, let's talk about all that and more. Let's get right into it.
Claudia, my dearest sister. I have been in Acre a week now, safe and in high spirits, but prepared for the worst.
Assassin's Creed Lost Legacy was first announced in 2010 to be one of the year one titles on the Nintendo 3DS, but before 2010 would even complete, the game would be cancelled in September of 2010, but Ubisoft wouldn't tell anyone of its cancellation until July 2011, the summer before my 8th grade year, which featured young CRUZANDO getting super sad in the middle of this Christian cult camp I went to. I honestly regret going to that camp. It's a long story why I went and how I got. But at the time, Assassin's Creed Revelations was already announced, and I already had it on pre-order, and I was already, starting to get excited for that game. But little did I know what Revelations really was. We know the basic story of Assassin's Creed Lost Legacy because Ubisoft told us it, so we knew Ezio would be traveling east to the headquarters, for lack of a better word, where the assassins were once strong, which you may recall from the first Assassin's Creed where the HQ was located in Masyaf. Ezio was attempting to find the origin of the Order, which would have led him to Altair and entering Constantinople way before he does in Assassin's Creed Revelations. But at this time in 2011, we did not know the story of Assassin's Creed Lost Legacy. We did not learn this until later on down the line in 2014. Ubisoft gave two reasons as to why they cancelled that game, and their reasons were that they planned to bring several Assassin's Creed games to mobile tablets, which they did, but they also said they felt that the Nintendo 3DS had too many big games for them to compete, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense since at the time, Ubisoft was king of video games. Nobody could tell a story better than they could, nobody had better set pieces, and nobody had more memorable experiences, so that did not make a lot of sense. But it was later reported by a former Ubisoft employee that Assassin's Creed Lost Legacy was cancelled because it wasn't running well on the 3DS, and since 2011 was originally planned to be a break year for Assassin's Creed, they decided to take Assassin's Creed Lost Legacy and recreate it, and this ultimately led to the birth of Assassin's Creed Revelations. And shortly after this employee came out and said this, Ubisoft told us the story of Lost Legacy, so at this point, we knew we didn't lose anything because Lost Legacy was just rebirthed and rehashed into a console game. Had this game came to fruition, it wouldn't have been the first Assassin's Creed to enter the Nintendo DS family, since there had been several before, which featured some of the most hardware-intensive and impressive gameplay the original Nintendo DS would have. The Nintendo 3DS features a huge library of games and continues to be supported today, even with its successor, the Nintendo Switch, selling and winning everything every month. So had this Assassin's Creed game came to life, would it have become a console seller on the 3DS? Would it have been popular enough that there would have been an Assassin's Creed themed 3DS? Would you have bought it? Are you excited for the upcoming Assassin's Creed Odyssey? I am, and I cannot wait to jump back into the world of Assassin's Creed. Even though a lot of people give it a lot of flack, it is still my favorite series of the modern console generation. They always feature a wonderful story and perfect gameplay. Even if it has its bugs, it's still a really good game, and I do not like when people throw shade at it just because of what happened with Assassin's Creed Unity. Who knows what the future is going to hold between the Nintendo Switch and Ubisoft. We might end up getting a future Assassin's Creed exclusive on the Nintendo Switch. It's unlikely, but it could happen given Ubisoft and Nintendo's current relationship. But with that being said, that has been this episode of Legends of Cancellation. I hope you enjoyed it. My name is CRUZANDO. Try not to die, and I will see you in the next episode.